connecting our communities with stories that matter. This is a WRTV update.
Police arrest a local nurse practitioner who's accused of prescription fraud. IMPD says after an 8-month investigation, officers believe the nurse practitioner was overprescribing and writing fraudulent scripts, often under other practitioners' identities. Investigators say the nurse practitioner in question faces preliminary charges of dealing by a licensed practitioner, identity deception, and obtaining a controlled substance by fraud. Police in Indy and Carmel both investigated this case. We are not naming the nurse practitioner since the Hamilton County Prosecutor's Office hasn't officially charged her yet. Todd?
If you have plans this evening, you definitely need to have the jacket handy. We'll fall through the 40s and eventually overnight tonight we'll be into the 30s. Not quite as cold as it was Friday morning, where some of you were in the 20s, but still potential for some frost here during the overnight hours. And then as we work our way into the afternoon hours on the Saturday, mostly cloudy skies, a high of 59. Anything you want to do outdoors, you'll be just fine. Sunday as well, 61 degrees, mostly cloudy. Late in the day Sunday, there could be a spot shower as the storm system bypasses us to the south, but the better chance of seeing showers is going to be as we work our way into the middle half of next week. Temperatures will be running at or just a little bit below normal much of next week, with highs that'll be in the mid to upper 50s and overnight lows in the upper 30s to the low 40s.
Thanks for joining us for Inside Indy. I'm Nicole Griffin. The influence of IU football might soon extend beyond Memorial Stadium. We look at why Bloomington wants to rename a nearby neighborhood as the Stadium District.
A winning IU football team now plays here at Memorial Stadium. But can the stadium itself be a winning play for neighborhood development? Ty Simmons here in Bloomington, which wants to name the area to the west of the Stadium District. But why?
This wall, we got a couple of medals.
Aubrey Williams and Heartwork Brewing are trying to thrive on College Avenue when most people zoom right past them.
When people ask me where our brewery is, 9 times out of 10, they've driven by us multiple times.
2 streets to the west.
Here we are 25 years later almost.
Aaron Steele lives the quiet life at his home on Kinzer Pike.
My wife likes to walk over to her yoga classes. It's close to amenities,
which includes Heartwork. And their largest neighbor, Memorial Stadium. Bloomington is using the stadium in its game plan for tourism and economic growth.
Names the area around Miller Showers Park as the Stadium District.
The potential Stadium District spreads west from the stadium between the 45-46 bypass and 17th Street. It would definitely cover the brewery, as well as the boarded up buildings next to it, which used to be businesses.
I want this area, and possibly by naming it, to have some stopping power, that we aren't just a place that people, speed by on their way downtown.
But the proposed map does not stop at College and Walnut. It touches the few residential areas on the other side, including Steele's home.
When you think about the stadium and the area by the stadium, what do you think of first?
college rentals. That side of the street's all rentals. And then you get on all these new apartment complexes going up, and I don't know if I'd like to be included in all that, to be honest with you.
That identity conflict is why City Council punted the Stadium District plan to its next meeting.
An amended map got sent to me and to Director Coopersmith, and I didn't like it. And so we asked the GIS department to change it again.
A city audible to potentially revive this overlooked area of town.
We need a little boost and energy and identity to make the community that great first impression.
Near Memorial Stadium, I'm your Bloomington community reporter, Taj Simmons, WRTV.
Thursday night, the Brownsburg Town Council chose to move forward with one of the biggest projects in Brownsburg history. I'm WRTV's Lauren Schwenker here to tell you about the Science Life facility that's going to cost over $435 million coming to Brownsburg.
It is a big win for the west side of Indianapolis.
On Thursday night, Brownsburg leaders gave the green light to a new development, which is referred to as Project Falcon. It will be located in the Ronald Reagan Logistics Center near Interstate 74 and North County Road 900 East. The company behind the project hasn't been named yet, but officials say that announcement could come soon.
It's a global company that has employs over 60,000 people, and they're essentially moving a I would say, a second headquarters to Brownsburg.
Town Council President Travis Deshane says already the Brownsburg Economic Development Commission has given initial approval for the town to issue more than $80 million in municipal bonds to support the project. Deshane says taxpayers won't foot the bill. The company's own investment will repay the incentives.
The town is not on the hook for any money or anything like that. For some reason, that committee were to go under. But it's the way we can get this project done without putting a pressure on our community.
The facility will create hundreds of new high-wage positions, averaging about $45 an hour. Chris Hollifield has lived in town for over 20 years and says the growth is rapid.
New businesses, a lot of new people, homes going up everywhere.
Hollifield says overall, the new quality-paying jobs will be good for the community.
A lot of people are hurting right now and needing work, so that'll definitely bring a lot more to the community.
Construction is set to start in 2026.
We have nearly $1 billion of new investment in just 2025.
Reporting in Brownsburg, I'm your Hendricks County reporter, Lauren Schwicker.
Right now, this site on 46th Street and the Monon Trail sits abandoned. But soon enough, neighbors could see something new. A multi-use development featuring new housing, new retailers, and a new focus on multimodal transportation.
Honestly, my first thought when I heard that this was being redeveloped is, oh good, because right now it's just an abandoned building, which doesn't really help anybody.
Elizabeth Voss lives nearby. She and other neighbors are fans of the new development.
There's so much cool stuff happening in this area, and I think more people to live here and patronize the businesses is a good thing.
It increases the tax base, increases the residential population that's got access to walkable and bikeable destinations, and it puts people into local businesses.
Not all residents are excited. Some, who did not wish to be on camera, say it could take away from the neighborhood.
Don't build a suburban apartment building in an urban area next to the busiest trail in our state.
However, on Thursday, the city gave preliminary approval to Arrow Street Development to move forward with the build. If the plan makes it all the way through the city-county council, around a half dozen buildings will be demolished to make way for the complex.
Our department has been super focused on just providing housing and working to address the missing middle, but also still just provide quality housing to our Indianapolis constituents.
In addition to housing and retailers, developers have also agreed to pay for a new Indigo bus stop, safety upgrades at the pedestrian crossing on 46th Street, and a traffic study.
This would be a transit-oriented development and a trail-oriented development.
I'm hoping the city and the developers are focusing on feet on the street, bikes on the trail, rather than adding a bunch of parking.
On 46th Street, I'm your Northside community reporter, Casey Zanowick, WRTV.
There'll be a check-in desk here.
Progress is being made at Manchester Apartments. On October 26th of last year, veterans hoping to end their homelessness watched their transitional apartment units in the HBAF building burn.
The fire obviously burned off the roof, and I think it rained like 3 times right after the fire. So this whole place was like constantly water dripping from above, covered in mold and burned up material. So this is refreshing to see.
Everyone made it out safely, but it sparked new trauma for the 48 vets displaced.
Veterans who had very little lost it all again that night.
Helping Veterans and Families CEO Emmy Hildebrand says they relocated the veterans to hotels and permanent housing. Community members rallied around them, donating clothing and money. With renovations, the North Tower is now full.
It's warm. I don't have to worry about anything. I mean, I got food, I got shelter. I got AC in the summer, got heat in the winter.
Dean Cooksey says it's been a great transition from sleeping in a tent on the south side of Indianapolis. HBAF visited his campsite and heard he was a veteran.
And then that next week, he come snatched me up and brought me down here.
Cooksey served the U.S. Army in the 80s. He says the fire was unfortunate, but it's helped spark a new fire inside others, modern comfort, and a place to cook.
And I am a very good cook.
He keeps a reminder of his past.
A sign I used to hold.
As inspiration moving forward.
Homeless, hungry, please help. Anything helps. Thank you. Thank you. God bless.
He encourages other veterans to reach out for help. As for the South Tower, the building that had the most damage, 65 units instead of 51 will be available for veterans, along with the brand new food pantry.
And also on-site storage, which we've never had before. It's a big need in our community. I know everyone's thinking right now about SNAP benefits and food assistance, but last year we distributed 105,000 pounds of food and clothes through our pantry.
Construction in the South Tower is expected to be finished by August of 2026. Reporting downtown, I'm Rachel Wilkerson, WRTV.
Starting in November, SNAP benefits could disappear here in Indiana. Today, we're showing you how local food banks are preparing.
Investigates at WRTV. You're watching WRTV, part of the Scripps News Group.
A longer government shutdown could mean the elimination of SNAP benefits. Hey, I'm Griff Gonzalez, your Hamilton County community reporter. Today we're finding out how food pantries are getting ready for a November that could see SNAP benefits disappear, which could make the need for their services go up.
The biggest concern is just being able to procure the food and get food into the pantries.
The current government shutdown is now the second longest in U.S. history, which means impacts such as a pause on Hoosier SNAP benefits could be felt as soon as early November.
The need that we're seeing is a lot of people that are losing SNAP benefits.
Should the government not reopen before November 4th, SNAP benefits in the state will be put on pause. Indiana FSSA Secretary Mitch Robe told WRTV that Hoosiers' families' ability to put food on the table is tied up in political gridlock. Both Indiana senators telling WRTV they have voted numerous times to reopen the government, but claim it's the Democrats holding American families hostage. In Fishers, food pantries are working to serve a growing need.
We had, in looking at the first 3 quarters of the year, 275 more visits to our pantry than we did in 2024. We give out about 6,000 pounds of food a month. So while this looks like a lot right now, we go through this amount of food pretty quickly.
Like I said, we look at the dates on everything, make sure it's good.
If SNAP benefits lapse, that need could grow even more.
Food that we have purchased just from month to month has increased about 20 to 30%, which in our world as food bank is a lot.
This weekend, they hope to find help from neighbors through a trick-or-treat food drive at the annual Fishers Boo Bash.
Just making a donation to the food pantry in your area would be very helpful. Sometimes we go into our houses and we don't necessarily see the struggling that other people may be going through.
Now, if you or anyone you love is going to be put on strain this November with the potential pause to SNAP benefits, a great app for you to download. It's called Community Compass. You can get on here. There's locations for free groceries, free meals, pantry locations that are closest to your home, so that way you can get the help you need. More resources for those who need them available on WRTV.com and Fishers. I'm your Hamilton County community reporter, Griffin Gonzalez, WRTV.
The cost of Halloween is certainly biting into family budgets this year, and our Caitlin Kendall is showing us the challenges a local store on the south side is facing and why things cost so much this year.
Come on down to Lynn's, everybody wins. Inside Lynn's Halloween Town on Indy's south side, you'll find everything you need for the spooky season, including some scary good deals.
We know times is hard.
It's why Summer Weber, the owner, has decided to eat some of the cost. She's cut prices and introduced deals. She even added a prize wheel to take a little fright off the price.
The last few years, I have over-ordered, so it's kind of like that was a good thing because it's like this year, the costumes were expensive, accessories, I mean, everything.
Despite the efforts here at Lynn's, Americans will pay more overall this season.
It's very expensive this year.
Inflation and tariffs are part of the reason. According to the Halloween and Costume Association, nearly 90% of Halloween products, like decorations and costumes, have at least one part made overseas. Most of them come from China. It's not just costumes and decorations, though. It's candy, too. Supply chain expert Pawan Joshi says a shortage of cocoa from West Africa is driving chocolate prices higher.
It's been a disease that's been going through the crop. And just to give you a context, West Africa produces about 60 to 70% of the world's cocoa supply.
Research from the financial services firm Empower shows candy prices are 8% higher than last year. They are up 20% over 3 years ago. It explains why many places are trying to cut deals to save you money.
We want everyone to be able to get what costumes they want and not the ones that they have to get because it's cheaper. Growing up, my family wasn't a big Halloween lover, we wasn't really able to afford costumes like that.
Despite the higher prices, the National Retail Federation expects U.S. consumers to spend a record $13.1 billion on Halloween this year, nearly $2 billion more than 2024.
Savvy shoppers suggest picking candy that is not chocolate, and many expect better prices as we get closer to Halloween. Also, when it comes to costumes, shopping at thrift shops or secondhand stores will save you a lot of money, or you can DIY and make the costume at home. It's spooky season. We are getting closer to Halloween. The city of Indianapolis releases trick-or-treat hours. Kiddos and parents, listen up. Trick-or-treating will happen in Indy between 6 and 8 p.m. on Halloween. IMPD says it will be patrolling neighborhoods to ensure the protection of community members.
Interest in holiday jobs is surging, but finding one is becoming increasingly more difficult. I'm Jessica Grunling, taking a look at why that is and who's hiring in Indianapolis.
A quick search on the internet could lead to your next part-time job.
All on Indeed, honestly. Just go like every day and would just refresh it. And there'd pretty much be a lot of new listings daily, and within a month at least, I would usually get a position.
Sometimes it takes a little longer.
I feel like it's a lot of like trial and error, because it's a lot of applying and then not hearing a response, but just keep trying and then you'll eventually get one.
But those odds are seemingly going down when it comes to holiday hiring. According to Indeed, searches for seasonal positions is up 27% from last year, but the number of postings has only gone up by 2.7%.
The other thing that we can also look at is just the broader labor market, right? We're seeing a lot of the cooling in job postings that we've seen being reflected in this hiring market, right? Like employers are just hiring at some of the lowest rates that we've seen since we were kind of coming out of like the 2009 recession.
Corey Staley is a senior economist with Indeed. He says right now there's a lot of competition in the market for those positions. People who want extra money for the holidays, need a second job, or are unemployed.
So we're seeing that the length of unemployment spells are kind of extending out and the duration is increasing. And so, these types of jobs can oftentimes be a good chance to get back in the labor market, if you're unemployed, or for people who are getting into the labor market for the first time.
Staley says it's also about what jobs you're looking for, whether that's part or full time. Retail jobs are currently at the top when it comes to holiday hires. Here in Indy, Amazon is hiring 4,000 people in the Indianapolis metro area.
We talk about what's going on in the broader labor market, but also individual experiences can vary, right? And so we see very different opportunities available based on the type of work that people are doing right now.
In Indianapolis, Jessica Grunling, WRTV.
Seasonal.
I'm John Matteries. Many of us buy concert and event tickets from third-party websites and don't have any problem. But what if that event is canceled? We have an important caution you need to know about.
Tickets. Come for the experience, stay for the game.
Many of us buy concert and event tickets from third-party sellers, and in most cases, there's no problem. But what happens if that event is canceled? Well, one man told me he had to wait a lot longer than others to get his money back. Joe Singer was looking forward to seeing the band Weezer in concert.
I went online to go to the concert webpage. They were sold out, and so I went to a reseller. I went to Vivid Seats.
He found tickets and paid a good chunk of change.
$330.
But the concert was canceled, and while friends got their refunds from the primary seller in just a few days, a month later, Joe's refund was a no-show.
I reached out to Vivid Seats after about a week and a half of waiting, and they said that they hadn't received confirmation that the concert or the event was canceled.
We reached out to Vivid Seats, which tells us refunds typically take just 3 to 5 business days, but that wasn't the case for Joe.
I'm pretty disappointed about the pace for sure, and just the lack of responsiveness at this point.
Alex Warner is the CEO and co-founder of the ticket resale platform Winventory.
Ultimately, it's a trickle-down effect.
He explains why customers might experience refund delays.
The secondary isn't going to refund until the primary is refunded. It could be done faster on both the primary side and the secondary side, but there's just a sort of a method to the madness.
Melanie McGovern with the Better Business Bureau says always know the terms and conditions when shopping the secondary market.
You want to make sure before you buy that ticket that you know if you have the same protections.
Resale sites can be good options, but no refunds can take longer in the event of delays or cancellations. After 6 weeks, Singer says Vivid Seats refunded all his money. In the future, he'll try to buy from a primary seller like Ticketmaster.
I'll consider it, of course, but I'll know the risks a little bit better.
So you don't waste your money. John Mattery, Scripps News Group.
Thanks so much for joining us for Inside Indy tonight. We hope to see you right back here on WRTV for the news at 11. Until then, have a great evening.